Hi guys, welcome to Clandestino, the channel where we show how we brew, the techniques that we use, and we share our experiments or experience with or experiment doing certain things, certain hops, certain grain, certain yeast, etc., etc., etc. And this time what we're gonna do, we're gonna brew a English IPA, which is a very traditional, let's call it, based in the simple three ingredients for the grain, the three simple grains, which is we're gonna use 12.5 kilos of otter. We're gonna use a 1 kilo of crystal 20, and crystal 40, and we're gonna use originally I needed 570 grams of biscuit malt. Unfortunately, Hamilton hops and grape, it was closed for the long weekend, so I couldn't get it. I was looking in Just Victoria, and I found a friend. Well, I posted, someone say, I can help you up, but I only had 420 grams, I believe. So that's all we're gonna use is 420 grams. So that means we're gonna have to do the same experiment with the 570 to see what's the difference in one and another one. But for now, we're gonna have to work with what we got. So what we're gonna use is 12.5 kilos of otter, 1 kilo of crystal 40, and 420 grams of a biscuit malt. All right, what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna basically wait it, mill it, get everything ready for tomorrow, go to Clandestino and brew. All right, guys, let's start. Well, we're in Clandestino now. Have you seen, we already mill everything, we got everything ready. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna start getting the mash tun ready. We're gonna put the false bottom and all the kind of stuff we need to. And also we're gonna get the house ready. But technically, let's start working. All right, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna add 11 gallons of water, and also we're gonna add 4 grams of calcium sulfate. So we're gonna start filling it up. So we're gonna weigh the calcium sulfate, and we're gonna add it while we filling it up. All right. So yeah, let's fill it up. All right, so we got 11 gallons, so we're gonna heat it up to 75 Celsius, but now that we have the hose here, so might as well, we're gonna fill up our sparge kettle, or yeah, whatever. We're gonna fill it up with 10 gallons of water, so that's what we're gonna use for sparge. And we're gonna basically start filling it up and start heating this one up to 70 degrees so we can do our graining. All right, let's fill them up. Okay, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna heat up the water to 70 Celsius. So after that, we're gonna do our grain. So yeah, let's heat it up. Well, as you've seen, we got the 10 gallons. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna heat it up to 80 degrees. We're gonna put the lid, we're gonna let it there. So by the time we're gonna do the sparge, should stay about 75, 77. If not, we heat it up again until just past 75, and then that we're gonna use for sparge. Okay, let's get it ready. All right, with 70 degrees Celsius now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna dough for graining. right, it's been 40 minutes. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna do iodine test. It's the first time I use Midas Otter, so don't know what's the first time I use these grains, basically. So let's see what's the reaction. What we're gonna do, we're gonna raise our temperature to 75 to mash out and do the sparks and everything you guys know. All right, let's do it. All right, with 75 degrees Celsius now, what we're gonna do, sparch. Well, we finished transferring. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna start boiling. Hey guys, we start boiling. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna add 180 grams of East Golden. This East Golden is a 5.7% alpha acid. We aiming for about 40 IBUs, so 15 gallons. My calculation tells me it's 180, so let's add it to it. All right, we're getting close to the 20-minute mark. So what we're gonna do with the 20 minutes left for boiling is we're gonna add 35 grams of East Golden, and we're gonna add 35 grams of a Fuggle, and we're gonna add this as a flavor, like a flavor hop for our beer. All right, let's wait it, get it everything ready to add it. What is the 20-minute mark? So 35 grams East Golden, 35 grams Fuggle. Let's add it to it. Okay, we add the hop when there was 20 minutes. So now we're gonna, when there's 15 minutes left, we're gonna add the wheat flock, and we're gonna put the chilling coil so he can start sterilizing, and we also gonna add connect the pump. So everything is basically sterilized. We're gonna left it there for 15 minutes, which is the last 15 minutes of the boil, and then after that we're just basically gonna start cooling. All right, let's get everything ready. Okay, this moment now, we're about like 30 seconds to finish. So we're gonna basically get the propane completely shot. And then after that, we're gonna put 70 grams of Fuggle, and we're gonna add it as a hop stand. We're gonna add it when we're 80 degrees. But when we're cooling, when we're about 80 degrees, we're gonna add it to the beer. And that will be just for aroma. As you can hear, we finished boiling. 80 degrees, let's add the hop stand. Okay, we're done. Finally, we got a gravity of 1.059. We were expecting 60, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, we got 15 gallons that we were looking for. So yeah, we're gonna let it ferment. We're gonna ferment about 22, 23 Celsius. We're gonna ferment whatever the room is, right? So the room is about like 16 to 70 degrees. So with the energy that the yeast produce, we heat in about 21, 22. So we're gonna ferment like that. So see what's going on. Let's see what happens. So yeah, in 3 or 4 days, we're gonna come and check it out and transfer to carboys, etc., etc. You guys seen the videos in the past. You pretty much know what's this technique and style that I use. If not, but I'm gonna leave in here a link so you can follow like the playlist of the videos, so you can basically start checking out and get a little more used to what we do. All right, well, let's rest for now. Hey everyone, hey, Thursday now. Hey, I just checked the beer is 10:10, so what I want to do now is transfer to carboys, to secondary. So, and I'm also going to dry hop this beer. So what I'm going to do to dry hop it, we're going to add 10 grams. I'm going to fill up 3 carboys, and so technically I'm going to use 10 grams for each carboy. So I'm going to add 30 grams in total, but it's going to be 10 grams per carboy. And I add the it's going to be Fuggle. And I add the hop before I actually start filling up the beer. I put the pellet first and then basically start filling up. That's the way I do it. So yeah, let's get everything ready. Well, final 1.010. We transfer already, so we're gonna let it conditioning there so for a few days. So yeah, let's go rest. Hey guys, well, it's been about 5 to 6 days since I transferred from primary to secondary. So now it's time to basically put it into the kegs and let it carbonate it, add the gelatin, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's start working. Oh well guys, we finished kegging, so we're gonna leave it carbonated, and then we're gonna do the part that I love more, drinking the beer, talking about it, and all that kind of stuff. All right, well, let's let it carbonate. Hey guys, well, end of the video. The part that I enjoy most when I get to try the beer. What can I say about it? Smells so nice and so good. Being honest, smells so good. I really like it. That Fuggle is very present. I'm so glad that I did that dry hop in this beer. Being honest, it wasn't that intense when I was transferring to the carboys. Didn't get that smell like normally any West Coast does. But before I try the beer, subscribe to the channel, activate the notification bell, and hit that like button. Leave your comment. All those things helps to the channel to grow and motivate me to keep going in what I'm doing, right? Like, I love it, don't take me wrong, I love what I'm doing, making videos, I enjoy it, it's fun. But when you get to see results, like you start seeing comments, likes, and seeing the channel growing, it kind of motivated to do better videos, better job. You kind of start looking into tutorials to how to make better videos, tools that you can use to get better shots and things like that. And we're working and all that. I just try to please you guys, do it something that is entertaining more than educational. I know we're trying to show how we make beer, and it's hard to make it entertaining, especially when I'm one-man band. Like, I have to set the camera and everything. So that dynamic to have someone to move the camera and they like all the shots like that, excuse me, helps you to make them more entertaining, let's call it. But anyways, this is what we do: make beer and drink beer. It's carbonated a little bit too much for the British beer, being honest. I would like to be a little bit less. I don't understand why they don't carbonate their beers well, but I like to go through the styles, right? So if they like it this way, I would like it to have it the same way, but I'm happy with the result. Another thing I wanted to say is, remember at the beginning of the video, I said I was using 570 grams of biscuit malt, and I ended up using 420 because like somebody from Brewing gave me that help. Thank you so much, buddy. Helped me up with this. I believe his name is Mark. I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to. Forget about that. The name. I'm not going to say the names. Anyways, I got 420. And I think it's one of those times that like you're expecting to use a little bit more, and that little bit less that I use, it quite balanced the beer really well. So I wouldn't do it with 570. Being honest, 420 was more than enough for what I was looking for. Like, I got that biscuity flavor that I was looking for, so I don't think it needs anything more, anymore. And also, I like the color. The color's really beautiful. Like that Crystal 40, I said Crystal 20, I think, in the video, but no, I used a Crystal 40. You can tell by the color. It's like, it's 40. 40 gives you that orangey color. 20, it doesn't get that much. It gets a little bit like a deep yellow is what it gets to 20. But anyways, let's try it. Man, that Isken Golden, or EKG, as Isken Golden, it can only be called the one that is actually from Isken Golden, for the one from the UK, which is hard to find. Use the American one, which is called EKG. For some reason, I think it's like for the region or the origin, it has to be called this way. I don't know much about it, but yeah, you can tell that's a very particular bitterness that bring into the beer is there, and really nice. And as you know, British or European hops tends to be a little bit more herbal than fruity. I mean, there's some fruity like hops in Europe as well, but it's not as intense as it would be, for example, on New Zealand or the West Coast ones. That they're very, very intense and powerful in what citrus or fruit flavor is on. When a fruit, talking about fruit on the hop, right? So yeah, I really like it. I enjoy it a lot, and I think it's gonna be. I'm gonna make another one for sure. Yeah, I was getting bored a little bit of the West Coast, so kind of got a little bit more on the British style, like go back to the basis of the IPA, let's call it. Yeah, I like my German beers. I really like German beers. Pilsner, I think, is one of my favorite beers, being honest, like German Pilsners. But yeah, beside that, this beer is pretty good. I would recommend it to make it. If you don't get that yeast that I use, which is the English L2 from Scarman, you can use SO4. SO4 from Fermentis will do the job. It's still basically the same, but it's a yeast from Europe, a yeast from UK. So I would use that one to give you the same profile, or very close. Anyways, well, I think that's it, and we'll see you in the next one.